Aloha mai kako, a kalamai curtain call from a distance, a program of reviews, previews, interviews, and features of and or with the great art and artists on Maui and beyond. I'm Paul James Brown, and I'm coming to you from my home office, where I have been conscientiously practicing self-isolation. Tom Lowe, who spent several months here on Maui while the cruise ships were on hiatus, made a big impact during his brief stay with us. The culmination of his performance here premiered last week on ProArt's outstanding series, ProArts Online. The Little Theater That Can has put together a wonderful series of shows, and they keep getting better and better. Mr. Lowe, who has been a star since he was in grammar school, he was a runner up in the UK Choirboy of the Year competition, wrote, starred, and directed An Evening with Tom Lowe. It was sort of a mini biography, coupled with two musicals that he has co written with Michael L. Grace. Mr. Lowe, who has starred in the West End in Cats and Les Mis, was in a hit boy band when he was 18 in Britain that had a top 10 tune, was an American Idol finalist, was the first non-American to sing the national anthem at a Boston Red Sox game, was the face of Massachusetts tourism, was the host of Real Life, the musical, on the Oprah TV network, and, as if that weren't enough, for a lifetime, he left the West End after 3 years and went to Harvard, where he got a Magna Cum Laude degree in East Asian Studies. He was the Harvard Cultural Attaché to the Shaolin Temple. There, he trained Chinese celebrities such as Jet Li. He was also editor of the student travel guide Let's Go. His thesis on the Tang Dynasty frontier poetry won an honors degree and is in the Harvard Yenching Library. To say this man is talented and accomplished is one of the understatements of the century. Accompanied by Jerry Kovorski, Mr. Lowe starts out the show with Alan Menken and Howard Ashman, The Meek Shall Inherit the Earth, from Little Shop of Horrors. He displays his Broadway chops in this one.
But then there's Audrey, lovely Audrey. If life were tawdry and impoverished as before, she might not like me, she might not want me. Without my plant, she might not love me anymore.
He launches into his biography, but he is so self-effacing, he didn't mention most of what I revealed. He does his audition for the top UK band North and South, Queen's The Show Must Go On.
Another hero, another mindless crime behind the curtain, in the pantomime. Hold the line. Does anybody wanna face it anymore?
And of course, he is chosen. We're thinking we're going to hear a bunch of Broadway covers. But what he really wants to do with this evening is to introduce two potential future Broadway hits. And we can all say we were among the first to hear them. The first show is called Final Idol, which was inspired by his American Idol experiences. He performs 4 songs from this show. They are done by 4 diverse characters, all of whom are top 4 finalists on the lightly veiled fictitious show. Interestingly, he tells us who the characters are. With the exception of the first one, he really doesn't become any of these characters. We feel like we are the producers, and he is pitching the show for the first time. Here are a few excerpts from each song.
When I gave my pageant speech and oopsie, flashed a boob, I got 5,000 friends on Facebook. But I know them all, I swear. They can follow me everywhere I go. Wanna know how I make it all grow? Broadway, I'm to Broadway. Thought I'd make it on this show. Broadway made me big, no, no place else my ass can go. But for now I'm open to so many choices. I feel free. I feel eternal dreams. You live for the nightlife, I live for extremes. A claw in the dark, my bite is worse than my bark. Prima donna, your sugar mama. All the hunks at my feet, nurtured by my sexual beat. Stand in line, feel the heat. Wannabe divas can't compete. Just a kiss, then dismissed. You're good, I'll give you a treat. Cougar lady can bring home the gravy. I'm the queen of the divas, princess off the stage. Boys are lining up, no matter my age. Fragile and furious, Venus and Mars. Queen of the divas, ruler of the stars.
After he completes an exploration of Final Idol, he introduces his second show, the MS St. Louis. This is a musical about a passenger on the ill-fated ship who was a German Jewish army officer who recommended Adolf Hitler for the Iron Cross, Germany's highest military honor, in World War I, and the ship's captain. This was the ship that carried several hundred Jewish refugees from Nazi Germany in 1939 to Cuba and the US, where they were turned away and ultimately had to return to Europe, where 254 of the passengers perished in Nazi concentration camps. The first song is sung by the passenger, My Iron Cross. His Iron Cross has been stripped by the Nazis. In this song, he foresees what is to be in an operatic aria.
I will wear my iron cross as we cross over to Havana. Our captain treats me with dignity. We served in a war. We are of the same country.
The captain of the ship wonders in heartfelt plaintive cry, asking, begging, and demanding, where has love gone?
Is life so cruel, a coldness that freezes their passage ashore? And can love vanish so fast? No loved ones to meet, no place to retreat. Does anybody still believe that God is love? Where has love gone? Where is that kind of love I'm looking for? Not romance or infatuation, but a love we share with one and all.
Everyone associated with An Evening with Tom Lowe deserves the highest accolades. Lynn McCune, the remarkable ProArts executive director, who does whatever needs to be done to keep the boat afloat, including the camera on this, along with Luke Holman, who also did the lighting, and Sarah Jelly with John Messersmith on the sound. And of course, the person responsible for the look of the show, the wonderful, amazing, multi-talented Ubermensch Ali Shore. The show runs until May 9th. Go to www.proartsmaui.com for tickets. The series just keeps getting better and better. Don't miss this one. But that's Curtain Call from a Distance for this week. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Paul James Brown. Ahui ho.